info on mid, and that big flank from G2 thinks it's going to find
it pulls them that way.
The back of 100 Thieves. So it is all on Amanek once this moves forward. You've got to assume that G2 is going to start second-guessing this. They have spotted nothing at the 30-second mark. Now they're going to see that one op towards pit, but is it too late? Because Amanek's going to have to get 3 kills with a single mag of ump and only one for him. Very quickly, though, Jax is going to try to sprint back up towards door, and there's no smoke. Still, Liaz able to cross, and JKS has to give cover. Oh man, boiling down to just the 10 seconds.
He got hurt. Oh, that could give away wow, it could be an insanely important kill. JKS will turn his attention to the tunnels, reload, and someone will be on his back. That's Hunter.
Done. Liaz back in from the corner of the site, removed. And G2 get the retake rolling. There we have it. It looked like they were fools on the opposite side of the map.
So many variables there that make the difference. You know, if 100 Thieves execute early, if they don't use 2 people to commit to the fake, then they might have a better time there. G2 making a great info play at a weird time and responding to the wrong pressure, but then still coming back for the rotate. And also, they're able to get better guns. So there's a couple of things that go well there for G2 in what could have been a very, very unfortunate round. And yeah, the bomb going back to respawn as they're pushing up mid. Very interesting stuff happening there. 4 rounds is the difference, and a really terrible buy here for 100 Thieves as they try to steal back the momentum, buying down to 0 for a Galil and a CZ. You wouldn't do that in 2018.
You know, whether they realize it or not, they did go to the B site last round and found 1 player. They'll have to ask themselves how much of that was because of their elaborate fake. But realize it or not, they are facing the same situation. Amanek completely cut off from any reinforcements because 100 Thieves waste no time to go into this mid-split. So if you thought Amanek was screwed last round, well, this time he is gone, empty-handed. And already bomb planted with nobody else nearby.
Don't even try it, right? The off and the B sites, you're behind the smoke, you're not even in a position to help out. Look at this and contrast it to the way that Azur played mid and how helpful he was to the B players so often when it's tough. I mean, I'm not even discrediting how G2 played this. It's really difficult, but Azur was always in a good place to help out. And there was lots of situations where 100 Thieves were played 1B as well. Too much pressure to do too much from K-Sharp without any of that mid-presence. Amanek was really hung out to dry there, for sure.
Very much so.
A good call, though, from 100 Thieves to identify that was the right place to go.
Perfect chance to do it, right? Lickety split.
And the thing is about these buys that on T side, if you don't have a lot of money, if your first guy gets an entry like that and there's only 1 person there to defend, you pretty much win the round because everybody knows you don't want to retake B if you don't have to. A ton of incentive there just for them to fall back. Kenny S was actually the only person to get a kill, so I guess that Molotov did do something.
Just got
helped out.
Splattered. Never saw it coming. Which I guess is the better way to go out.
Yeah, fast and never saw it coming.
Yeah, no panic, no time to worry. Just gone. What's up, London? You guys with us, man? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? You guys are? Hey, oh, hey. Man, we are 1 map deep into Group 3. It's been 2 awesome weeks here.
It has, yeah. We've been spoiled. And this is one of the tightest groups. It's not the group with Astralis, but it is like a group that just feels like it's way more even strength, and it's also got, it's still tier 1 competition. We still have so much to learn about G2 in this year. So they've got a roster you'd think they can actually commit to at this point. Especially if Kenny's going to come to play.
Ooh. Kenny. Where are you?
He is opping, yeah.
We'll find out. He's already going to have his 2 targets pass. Again, 100 Thieves fast in their initial sprint down mid. But their smokes will fade. And at any given moment, Kenny S could snap like that. See you later, JKS. And
fast.
They're going to get 1 man down into the CT spawn. 2 players down into CT spawn. We're getting weird. They're going to start running up ramp. Nexel regains vision just in the nick of time. And Hunter, he's playing with
smoke.
That's tough. That is luck.
Oh, he's going to put that out.
Oh, finally. He's given a second chance at back. Gratisfaction blocks him from the sky. And how many more die? Jax gets back into cover. Minute on the clock, easy plant for Gratisfaction. He wants that money.
That kill, that 1v2, we're in business. Here, a lot more difficult. If Gratisfaction finds a way to win this, it's G2 who messed up badly. He's up on his perch on the single box. Not many other places he can be. Nate comes out, does a good bit of damage, op shots in. Can he make this happen? Misses the easier one, but that's a round that they should have lost anyway.
Yep, there we have it. Given a chance, I like the fact he keeps it proactive, tries to block down Catwalk, doesn't let Jax get away without that warning shot down long. There were chances. But more importantly, G2 pick up a round and pick up 2 ops, something we saw them want from the get-go.
It was actually, it's so tough for them because the molly that lands to flush him out of Goose is the one that should win them around, but
of course,
he's in the corner and he knows where the molly lands, but the last couple ticks can bring that fire just a bit too close, and he was very lucky for it to last as long as it did.
It's like had he thrown it quicker, he would have given himself away and not gotten the bomb plant kill.
Yeah.
But not throwing it led him to pick up that bomb plant kill. But then he had to throw it after?
He had to throw it after, yeah. It just worked out beautifully for him.
Things got messy. But...
And terribly for 100.
Woo! That's a bit of a warning shot. Ooh, good job by Hunter to peek back into that scout. You know, he's not down with the bullying of his little brother. Amanek still stands on 30 health, but he is in the depths of that B bomb site.
Precarious here for 100 Thieves. Good for G2 to be in this long setup this late on, even though they've gotten a kill in the tunnels, because it looks like 100 Thieves are thinking about going towards this, probably assuming that G2 have pulled some presence. But the opposite is true. They're moving in.
Not going to get both. G2, you can look at the health that they've given away in order to get opening kills. They'll be happy with it, but they can't slip. Oh, they're going to keep this one rolling. Jax goes back in for more. And unfortunately for JKS, that was going to be his escort. Now he is tasked with making his way up mid. Hunter spotted by the boxes. And finally something going the way of the Aussies. But it's stripped back just as fast. And we have JKS 1v4.
Individual duels won here in long. That dictate the round completely. And of course, Hunter also has to get his dink off before he dies, even though he gets caught off pushing through that mid smoke. But really great info plays here from G2. A nice round overall. And they had it from the jump. They kept their A setup, and they knew that 100 Thieves going to run into them. They did the damage in long nice and early to make it a 5v4. And it leaves JKS now to have to save 13 HP. He's going to run. Oh, it's actually someone running at him. Oh my God, so lucky to live in that moment. And G2 have now crossed the threshold. They're now into double digits.
3 rounds the difference. I believe the lead at its most was 6. That's neither here nor there. Halfway gone.
No money to buy. They can at least keep that 1 AK. We saw how much of a difference that made. In rounds previous, just to be able to get 1 entry. G2 seeing this AK, do they want to think we've got to be worried about the B site? There's 2 ops here, so there's 2 ops and an MP9. So I'd say B is very appealing. But if I'm G2 and I know it's like this low of a buy, I'm going to play that similar setup where you had 3 inside of B. Maybe this time 1 a bit looser outside towards mid to get info, 2 in the site. And then you should be safe. We'll see if 100 Thieves even want to go B because they're probably thinking this is quite obvious.
Well, right out the gate, we get that 2-1-2 from G2. Ooh, Hunter, ambitious. Sprints into the lower tunnel. He is met by that 1 single AK, so suddenly we've got a second weapon in the hands of 100 Thieves.
Yeah, no armor, though.
That's not going to help.
Yeah. Makes things a little harder.
Ooh. Wow. Hell of a shot. Down goes JKS. Although, if there is a silver lining, it's that they've used that to make their way to the opposite side. And that's going to draw the attention of Kenny as the 3rd mate comes to join them. And now, the entirety of what's left of 100 Thieves is upcat. They still have that AK. They've managed to lose their MP9. All 3 players on 100 health, and just Nexa.
This AK's got to literally beat Jason Bourne, though, because he's got an AK with no armor. He's coming. Could potentially see someone on the ramp. I don't know if Priest trying to help him out. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
But no kill is had. He's in the perfect spot to try to bait the shot, but not take the kill. Bomb could potentially get planted. That's something. Insidiary go too high and far.
Yep, and there's that flash behind Nexa. It's going to allow for him to clean up shop. But hey, all things considered, 100 Thieves happily going to put down that bomb.
Yeah. Whole round, G2 did not respond nicely to noise complaints.
Not at all.
You made some noise, they killed you. So
no warning.
maybe they'll learn a lesson. 2 rounds of difference. Full buys out, nice and healthy here for 100 Thieves. SG in hand for Azza.
You like that wallbang shot from Kenny? Does that get you going?
I mean, I liked it. Why? Did you like it?
No, I liked it a
Good.
lot. I just want more of the AWP duels. I feel like that was one of the narratives we were having talked up before this match started. Time will tell if it has a heavy impact in what is the last 6 rounds of map 1. Here's Jax with a crisp headshot versus Jacob, but bodies for 100 Thieves piling here on the blue box. There goes the third before finally they're able to respond, and Gratisfaction knows he can peek into this, but the AK's ready from Jax, and he's now toppled. JKS 1v4.
Got to write him off. He's going to pick up the bomb, but yeah, barely anything to work with. Last spot, I mean, the long control just falls on his face, as we can see by the minimap. We've got the 2 deaths from the CTs for 4 trades. I like that's beautiful from G2. They are working on levels right now, looking to make this comeback. They look super strong.
Again, not shying away from playing these active plays. Yes, the round previous, it was still 4 pistols of the 5, but we saw Hunter go down into the lower tunnels. This time, Amanek working through T-spawn when they know they have that massive man advantage. But I feel like, what is this? Kenny S firing through smoke. Jax doing a great job of getting a double kill. You know, you saw how adamant 100 Thieves were on taking long A, and you saw the costs.
G2 look like a real two-way team here, especially when it comes to long, which is a huge focus of the map. It's sometimes what makes the difference between you and a better team. And this is something that 100 Thieves has struggled with in that first half as well. That problem might cause them problems in this, because there's not that many rounds that G2 need to win. They could really stumble across the finish line if 100 Thieves aren't careful. And in fact, after this round, we're going to see a half force around that G2 should win. Lead into another bye, but it'll be 13-13 at that point.
Yeah. Although we are in that dangerous point of a Counter-Strike match where all it takes is a slip-up versus a bye like this, and 100 Thieves can forget about their struggles in the gun rounds. So do not get caught sleeping. Already lots of players working their way up cat, so I mean, you know, numbers game. If it's just about the trade frags, then this could get them in a 3v3 post plant, maybe a couple guns, but we can't ignore that early utility damage. Look at this. Kenny plucking one off early.
Solid response. They want to move out as fast as possible. Obviously not a lot of utility to work with here.
They're going to attempt. And Kenny still has cover. It's not like he's hyper-extended over towards the deeper boxes. Nope. He's on Goose.
With a perfect amount of nades used here. Just like just
stalling him.
Exactly.
Still, Thieves able to stutter out from Catwalk. They're going to start closing that distance, and Kenny's got himself a shot. All too easy by the looks of things for the first time here on map 1. It took them 27 rounds.
27.
But G2 are on fire.
They're on fire. Gotta love to see that. That's nice to see. Yeah, and they earned it, man. Their CT side looks solid so far. It feels like G2 or 100 Thieves are running into all these different areas of the map and facing new bosses. G2 are doing great on the holds, coming out positively in trades. Fantastic anti-eco right there. And they're gonna go right into this and maintain this double op setup versus Gratisfaction's 1. The tunnels control is out. They're running quickly into lower, just skipping all of this info, a potential op peering off of cat, just not even worrying about that. There's no one there right now. What is 100 Thieves planning? I wonder. Where do they see the weakness here for G2? Certainly not Kenny S, is it?
Shouldn't be. Gratisfaction welcomes him into a peek.
He hit him.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Given a chance, deep nade. Woo!
That probably wasn't worthwhile grenade to throw.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Kenny's got arms that big.
He's just ambitious, right? Like he's always going to try it instantly, and that's part of what makes him such a good. He's a very impulsive opper.
And when have impulses ever gotten anyone in trouble?
Yeah. Like sadly thinking of a number of times, right?
Yeah. It's like, don't tell them that one time, you know.
That is a big bit of information. It looks like Kenny, a bit scared now, or just thinking about the round in a new way. Has moved off. Double push off of long, like what Jacob did, but now reinforced. They're at the top of mid. Oh my God. And 100 Thieves have no idea.
The thing is, they've missed it though. And there's this lower player looking at nothing.
Is he looking? No, he's not even prepared for this at all. Oh my God. I think he's, oh no.
Oh, it could be a tech perhaps?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Let's come back to that. What's important is that this catwalk push has just been obliterated. Hello?
Yeah, we're gonna have to
see what happens.
Yeah, work on that. That's unfortunate after the round had begun. Obviously, the rules, but that's a really rough round to lose. I think we have enough to potentially buy. That's a thought. You would think tough one to analyze, but you would think that G2 with the double push out long. Once you get out of the doors and to the top of mid, you have to give them a lot of credit there that they're either going to get the trades or they're going to catch someone from behind. But obviously, can't take away from the fact that that's a rough spot to be in here. We don't know what JKS would have been looking at.
Yes. Although odds are probably not the wall.
Yeah.
Wherever he may have been. A little frustration. It's a hell of a time for this to happen. Mm-hmm. Unfortunate, Mo.
Yeah, don't know if this is like a easy fix solution or if it's going to be. It looks like he's back in the server, so reconnected. We'll see if his limbs are working.
All four.
Hopefully all four, yeah. Yeah, he's playing again. Folks, he's back on his feet. He's healthy.
Are we ready up off of this? Okay.
We are live. Okay, yeah, JKS, nice. I almost had to take him on a gurney out of here.
Right.
He's in such bad shape in that last round.
G2 keeping it on fire, still leading by 1.
They're playing for OT here.
Yeah, man. That's that's a kick in the teeth.
It's really tough.
Feels bad.
Yeah, it feels bad. This is really tough for them because they got the armor. They've got enough to potentially win, but it's 13-14. G2 could easily step into match point right now. Not many ecos have been won. Only early on in this match. It seems like the rust is shaken off for both teams. They're looking a lot more clean on their anti-ecos. So it's going to be a tough ask for 100 Thieves to pull this back. Look at the firepower meter. It's basically 10% of the length of G2's. We know sizes and everything, but in this situation, it matters a lot.
Yep. Still a world where 100 Thieves can use what they've been given. We've got that utility being thrown out on mid. A little bit of tick damage, so as his presence will be called, you can see Hunter getting a bit uncomfortable with the idea of players near, but Amanek, he's only going to get a few chances, and he misses the first 2, creeps back, gets the third, and even manages to hang on. It is a sweep from G2.
Could be an easy first map here now, because they've got the match point. They held it down right there. They aren't going to make any compromises on their buys right now. In fact, they're looking at like 16K a piece almost on all of their players. So not only did they come into this basically on fire, but they had such low losses on the rounds they won. They've just been able to build up a bank, majority alive, multiple rounds in a row.
Man, Amanek, after he misses those first 2 shots, he is sweating. Mm-hmm. And the problem being, little wall bang. Okay, something early to the favor of the Thieves. But Hunter also had to step up in that because once Amanek misses 2 bullets, sure, he's putting his own life on the line, but also making Hunter have to come in big. The fact that both those players recuperate with 2 kills apiece, a thing of beauty on the B site. So they survive the half buy, and now we find ourselves here with guns on both sides of the coin. The 29th round ready to unfold here, and it's a little bit of patience from the 100 Thieves as they go for the op boost.
The one to lock it up, it's going to be Cat. It looks like they're going to commit fully to this, right? No one's behind watching any flanks. JKS is just at mid sitting there, probably going to come up right after, potentially going to hold for the long push, but in general, they're going to commit minute mark crosses, and they're executing. It's on Kenny S now.
Go deep molly. It's going to flush out Goose. They're not going to find anything for it. Kenny comes back in. Instantaneous frag versus Liaz. There's the second for Kenny S. And now it's a 3 versus 5 with map 1 on the line. They've gotten themselves the post plant at the very least. G2's map pick going well, but JKS is ready. Looking to seek revenge from the mishaps of a previous round.
Imagine he wins this.
Flash goes over. He's got Azza also looking into the wall. They're dodging these flashbangs. These CTs need to avoid lining up, and they'll do exactly that. All 3 kills have been taken, and G2 Esports pick up map 1.
Wonderfully done. Really good. You know, from beginning to end, it's a tight match. It's hard to even see who picked the map because they both played so well on it. But hats off to G2. In that second half, they definitely look clearly stronger. That was nice from them.
Yeah, both teams off to a strong start at the beginning of the T side, but it was 100 Thieves that kind of dropped the ball, and G2 ran away with it. So they will have that advantage as we come back with map 2. It is Vertigo up next.
Who's up?
Flashing. I have a flash as well. Wait. Hold close. Okay, let's go. I'm flashing. No. Let's go! Defuse, boys. Defuse! I am alive, bro. Chill. Defuse the bomb, G2!
Well, hilarious comms, also much reason to be happy for G2 Esports.
They've been focusing on defusing in their boot camp, obviously, for those people who don't know. G2 in the past have had issues with them.
I famously know that reached me as well.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty epic.
Some of the newer viewers, they don't watch all the tournaments.
Exactly.
So, you know, I want to make sure they're in on the joke as well.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
Wonderful chat. But hey, overall, when you look at this, it was G2 Esports' map pick with Dust 2, and it didn't go extremely well straight from the get-go, I should say. In the beginning, it was good, but they got caught back up. But 100 Thieves wasn't able to finish. So let's break this down into kind of the components of the game. Because in the beginning, G2 had a phenomenal start on a map they well prepared.
Sure. I mean, obviously, it is their dream map. Like, I will say from listening to the comms, they are kind of pogging it a little bit. People are just calling what they're going to do, and they play off their skill. Like, in this game, the actual stylistic and personnel matchup of, like, the more skills on the G2 side, it's supposed to be about fundamentals and tactics on 100 Thieves. That played out, but then the map is what I think swung it, because the difference is perfect map to have just fraggers on if you G2, get into a bunch of rounds, win a few rounds that are here and there. But you look on the 100 Thieves side, if the normal Dust 2 team, you've won the game when you have the lead that they have and you have that many team rounds left. But you saw this isn't one of their best maps. It's not a map they have the super deep playbook on. They ran dry, I think.
Yeah, to be fair, after they had lost the Force Buy battle in the start of the game, they were 4-1 down. They actually needed clutches to get into it. We can probably bring them up. There's 2 clutches here within the first half. There's the JKS 2v1, and then that one's going to be followed up with the last round of the half, which was the Liaz clutch as well. So if we can bring them up, these were big rounds right now for the side of 100 Thieves to be getting back into the game, right? When you look at the way that they weren't clean rounds that they were winning.
This shouldn't even have been a clutch for JKS. They should have easily taken it on this one.
Yeah, they had that one, and then the one against the Liaz within the final piece, he's swinging out, and Nexa actually is the one taking the aggression on that duel, but it's a left eye peek. So going into that fight, which I'm sure we'll be able to see coming up after this one, he was doing the best he could out of a bad situation there, but those clutches were key to Renegades, bloody hell.
No, you can't do
Thieves
that
being
anymore.
able to at least win the half, right? Because the last round Liaz one gave them the 8 to take it across. And then as Dunga was talking about, they were up 13-8 and they still crumbled here. Now, look, I think we got to see some good moments from Kenny. Nexa towards the top of the scoreboard, 27 kills to his name. The guys from G2 look very comfortable on Dust 2.
Yeah, and it is correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel the way Counter-Strike can be won nowadays or in this period of time is by if you're a heavy fragger and you're doing good on a map like this, you actually have a very big chance to win, even if your tactical playbook isn't that deep. But don't you think that on the other side, 100 Thieves should have had a bit more in their playbook, deeper into that game, or can you not fault them for that?
When you look at their map pool, they're not a team that chooses the Dust 2 games they play. They'll play, they don't ban it, so they'll play it if the other team wants to, but the reason why it's one of the least played maps for them is you see it on this one, it doesn't play into their strengths. Like, when they had all those T rounds, if they look back now, they'll be kicking themselves. Like, why did we just waste them on things like just always going catwalk over and over again? And for example, one thing they didn't do is read that this double setup at long A means you can mid to B all day long. Like, they're begging you to do that because they've got the slow rotation time, but they just kept going in a way.
They were leaning Kenny a lot towards middle, right? So they could have 2 orbs, Amanek over towards B to lock that side of things down, then Kenny was floating middle and then rotating back towards A. So we had some vintage Kenny moments towards the end there. He was coming alive, 25 kills for him.
Absolutely. He finished off
this was a big clutch as
the
well.
map tremendously.
That round right there could have gone awry, right? It was a Liaz 1v3. He gets the first kill on Cat, and then they both run mid to B, which is a very curious call. Liaz jumping over the smoke there, but it's good to see Kenny on a map like Dust 2 looking comfortable, and you could see on the CT side it felt like he had more freedom. On the T side, I wouldn't say so much. He felt like he wasn't going for all the picks that you would with an AWP spawn, but he got it done. 25 kills, can't be too unhappy with that.
Chad, I heard you say in the green room that some of these moments were classic Kenny S. What does that mean?
Well, it's just the positions that you see Kenny hold, like mid-long. You always know he's going to get 2 kills. He's so good at evading those flashes, and just his crosshair placement in those situations is second to none. Only world-class AWPers can do what Kenny does.
And let's hear what he has to say, because he's standing by with Banks.
G2 taking their map pick of Dust 2, and I've got Kenny with me. And the first thing I've got to ask, I heard you have had a bit of a situation change in how you're being utilised now, and certainly you had a good game, but how does it feel?
It feels great. I think we've shown a lot of strength. We showed a lot of characters. We believe strongly in our strength as well, city side mostly. It was a slow start. It's really not easy. This tournament seems really different from the other tournament we played, the atmosphere and stuff. So I think we were a bit nervous at the beginning, but afterwards we released a bit of... we were getting loose, pretty much. So that was fun to play. Yeah, as you said, we performed really well as a team. Also, I'm feeling confident and good within this team. They put me in really good situations, and if we manage to start the game properly without being too nervous, would have been maybe a bigger gap.
There we go. Well, a happy Kenny seems to be a good Kenny on the map. As we look forward to the next one, which is Vertigo now. And in the beginning, we said, well, hey, G2 picked Dust 2, and then still 100 Thieves went for Vertigo. They all thought it was going to be 2-0 anyway, we heard in the pre-game interviews. How does that shake things up now, Thorin?
I did think 100 Thieves outplayed G2 for most of this particular map, but at the end of the day, it's Dust 2, and you have to shoot people on this particular map. You don't win by just outmaneuvering them. If 100 Thieves have actually done their homework on Vertigo, this could be a very good chance to get back in the series. I don't think it's necessarily, again, playing in their wheelhouse, but I'm assuming they've got some interesting boosts, some things we haven't seen before, so a chance to maybe completely throw G2 off, I think.
Yeah, something that they played against Astralis back in IEM Beijing. They pushed them on that map in the Grand Finals, the only map that they were close on, so something that they've been working on a lot here. But I think they have to deal with the tilt. There obviously was that crash that went down late in the piece, round 27. That tilt is something that you just have to deal with. You know, these unlucky things happen, and they have to mentally recover from that going back into map number 2.
Yeah, it doesn't have to mean anything. It's how much stock you put into it yourself. We'll see if the 100 Thieves can get their mind back in the game as they go onto Vertigo after the break.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is map 2 of 100 Thieves versus G2 Esports. We had ourselves a close affair on Dust 2. There was moments where I felt like the Aussies were going to take that home, and then G2 swung it back.
Yeah, they did, and they looked really good in the second half, so I want to give them a lot of credit. I thought especially their antics at long, whether it was on T or CT side, in taking control of it, getting the kill, or holding it down, definitely edged out 100 Thieves. So now we're going to move into Vertigo, another interesting map, where it feels like, apart from one or two teams at certain points, nobody really has this map 100% figured out. People are still trying to figure out what to do at mid. They're still trying to figure out if they want to go for B execs or if they're going to go back to full-on A plays, and game plans seem to change at the drop of a hat.
Well, I'm all for it. Let's get weird on Vertigo. It's always a good show. Over here towards the A sites where we're going to start things off. G2 obviously on the T side. The Thieves hold the line. So far, so good. No casualties either way.
Yeah. Another move up. They're looking to take control of J-Hall. 3 CTs pushing out. Instant headshot back and forth, actually. But it looks like it's the CT. Oh my God, JKS! The 4 headshots right off the bat. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous.
Let's get that cued to the replay real quick, because we need to see how a man that slick just wrecked the ramp. I mean, for a moment, it looked like G2. 3 CTs lining up like that should have been easy. Here we have it.
There's just no way to expect that. What a crazy way to start things off.
Damn, man.
Last bullet, 3 for 3, just out of ammo right after he gets the last kill. And obviously still has the sleepy eyes.
Looking to fight back with a vengeance, but here we have it. Anti-Eco versus just the Glocks. Not even a bomb plant for G2 in that pistol round. That one's gonna hurt the bank account. Like a Friday night out. Azza playing back behind construction. He's gonna have Jacob try to come help him. He's not even gonna shy away from these gunfights. They've got grenades, they've got USPs, and it looks like they've locked down another round. 2-0 the start for the Aussies.
That's a nice way to begin things, that's for sure. A lot of money made there. As you can see, the amount of kills here are basically mostly in the hands of Azza. There's not going to be too many other guns upgraded. Definitely a good round here for G2 in terms of firepower. They're going to be looking quite strong. Money spent is about equivalent, but the amount of MP9s we're seeing, you'd think, okay, 100 Thieves are going to do something a bit atypical here. Maybe go for some early aggression, because they've got to make it a bit closer to G2 before they can win trades. Oh, what a spam from Jax. That is just wonderful.
Man, I was thinking to myself, like, this could be a great grenade, and suddenly Jax takes control of the situation. That'll wake you up.
Amazing.
I feel like Azza's never going to throw that grenade for the rest of the half.
He's never going to stand there again, that's for sure, unless he spams back. But yeah, super good way to open up a round. Don't see a person and get a kill. Now the 3 swing in front of the Molotov at mid, and it looks like we've got a lot more mid presence as part of the strategy here for G2. A lot of teams are wondering what the potential or value is of taking mid. Let's see if G2 can show us what that value is.
Yeah, they are very much all in on it. They have no presence over on A. Just making sure nobody flanks the depths of Forklift. Nexus floating around just beneath them. And Hunter here too. So they'll sit and they will wait. And they've burned the time down to 40 seconds. We saw them doing this on Dust 2 even. Those late splits in the final 20 seconds.
They hold this position. They rocket back now, back down the ladder into the spawn, looking to make a move on the A site.
I mean, we talk about the sound playing a key piece of Vertigo. You can hear everything from everywhere. So when you boil it down to 30 seconds and then decide to move almost everyone to the opposite side of the map, I mean, they have to walk this entire way. They are playing a dangerous game. Lady Luck may show her face here. 8 seconds left over. JKS could try to commit to something on the A side if he wants to stop that plant.
No Molotov.
I don't think they have it.
They can't even plant the bomb? Oh my God. That's a little bit ugly. Obviously, you know what? I was going to say, even though this is coming down to the wire, they walk all the way, they got the rotates they wanted to. They had JKS in a rotator spot holding the A side alone. They have someone at mid. They've established mid control. All 3 other players are on the left side of that mid control, so they're so far away from being able to trade. If they just kill JKS, they get it. but not even enough time to plant on your own clock as well.
Crazy part, it's not like JKS goes in and pulls like what we saw from NAF last week, which is the wall bang through. Like there was still timing for that bomb plant to maybe sprint a little. All right, that is an awkward way to give away a third round, especially when it's not like 100 Thieves even had to work for it. They literally just sat back in spawn and allowed G2 to offer over the round.
Interesting that, they spent all their money here because they saved all their guns. They just basically made nothing off of that. They're going to move fast on the entry. MP9 gets taken out. Both players on the B site gets taken out. So all of a sudden, it matters a whole lot less. Let's see if they can get some constellation frags. Maybe even pull this back. We've got a 3v4 situation. Molotov to push a player out of position. And it has been difficult for teams to win in the post plant.
Jacob
on B.
Within green, just trying to play around these corners, and the flashbangs are going to allow for him to go for that reload. JKS near. Ooh, they've got 3 CTs for the retake, up close already, and they're starting to get their feet onto the bomb site itself. Low health for Jacob, and Amanek is going to have to work his way around this smoke. It's a quick bomb tap that elicits the spray down, so now they know exactly where he is. He's going to have to go for the reload, and the defuse has been snuck through. 100 Thieves with another robbery of a round.
3 to 4, and that bomb goes down. But we're just seeing it's such a huge problem for teams because of that separator smoke between the generator and the wall. It just allows these CTs to take a bunch of favorable angles. If they have a Molotov for default, if they can clear out the back of the site. Look at this. All these CTs are working on the exact same fight. It's much more difficult for the Ts to get anything done, especially if you're going to be out there in the middle. So sometimes those rounds can get a lot closer, but a lot of the times you're seeing if they've got the right protocols, you're winning the round on those retakes. We're going to have a T timeout called as they have to now think about what's happened. Maybe not so much strategy here and actually just T.
Yeah.
Some T.
All right, guys. First, remember, plant the bomb. Second, don't let them defuse the bomb.
Yeah, but it's more complicated than that, right? It's really difficult to. This is a huge problem right now on Vertigo. Is teams can't figure out how to win post plants on B.
Yep.
It's an issue. It was Liquid when they tried it for an entire map versus Astralis. It was part of their strategy coming into the map. By the end of the map, they were going A every single round in a row. So I don't know if G2 are going to try that again or what the case is, or if people are just having more success in practice than they are live.
A weird one, but alas, it leaves us here. G2 favored on the Betway live odds. Obviously, map advantage is going to favor them well. Their map choice of Dust 2 getting picked up in quite a close fashion. And these teams had a record on Dust 2 split down the middle, so G2 now edges that 2-1.
Pushing up for the B hit once again. You can see, they've got no one else on A. They're going to commit to this at some point, minute 20, and they're already in position. Smokes will come flying over. 2-1-2 setup. Aggression down the A ramp, so they're pretty confident that is 100 Thieves that it's going to be B.
Well,
we'll see how it plays out.
See how they're able to handle this. Good pop flash off at the side. Liaz able to get one player removed from the hit. Azza inside of the smoke could wrap back around these Ts. Oh my god, they're all still all over this site. Here comes Azza in from close proximity, dropping a second player and a clean sweep in the retake. Dude, I love that. They're not forcing the issues. They're not standing in the open. They're literally smoke camping, letting G2 try to play their post plants, making them think that it's all clear, and then popping out and sealing the deal. A 5th round.
We'll see how many times Azza can try to pull that off. I think they're very lucky to find that G2 just moved directly into their execute at the beginning of the round, because 100 Thieves won that last round. They got utility advantage, so they're very happy to play calm.
Sure.
It's G2 who are taking a risk by coming in so early, especially considering that last round. They baited out way more utility. They brought it down to the wire, put the bomb down, even had a man advantage and still lost. You would think G2 might try to work the map a little bit more like they did. Did such a good job at mid, actually. You wonder why they won't try to, why they haven't, or why they may not in the future try to condition 100 Thieves into wasting some of their nades at middle, at the beginning at least. But now we're moving into what could potentially be, well, they start off on fire, 5 in a row. They've begged the op out of Kenny. Everybody's bought down a 0 from G2. And they've had a couple of rounds that are just really sad to think about, but they got to forget about as well.
Got to move along. It is only 5-0. Ooh, JKS fears not a man on the other side. Spam shots, actually. Look how close that is to hitting the mark. But 100 Thieves ready to go for this. Gonna try and get their eyes down range. They've got to be cautious. There are bodies on both sides. But this gunfight could be a tough one. Flash misses the mark. Gratisfaction misses the shot. JKS still playing off of the short shelf. Could go for the peak. And he does. Dance with death.
Yeah. They're winning the positioning battle here. Jacob going for the spam. Oh, doesn't go. But Kenny S does.
Nails the first one. God, that was tense, man. Considering we had like 6, 7 players all incrementally getting closer and closer. But the only shot that really hits the mark is Kenny. Jax is low, but so be it. Still, CT's not shying away from this, not looking to fade into the bomb site. All G2 have had to do is wait. Nexa gonna put down 2 players. Azur only able to manage 1, and Liaz is nowhere to be found.
Monster.
So G2 has to win this round.
Yeah, it's a monster entry here from Nexa. And just as you're saying, no matter how unfortunate G2 have been so far, there's no way they can drop this one. Liaz will be stuck back in the site, but it's kind of okay. I mean, if I'm 100 Thieves, I'm very happy with how this half has gone so far. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to win this next round, you'd think, just based on the money. Actually, yeah, no, they'll put together a buy. And G2, on the other hand, they've got one thing that works, and it came from 3 amazing entries on the A side. So still not a lot of game tape for G2 to look back on and think, let's try that again.
Yeah, there's also a world where, as opposed to 100 Thieves moving their pieces forward, being caught, as you can see on the mini-map, so closely together there, they could have waited onto the bomb site. Could have forced the execution, could have tried to play like we saw in the post plant on the B site just 1 round prior. I mean, I don't even know if you call that a retake if the CTs never leave the site.
Mm-hmm. That's tough, yeah. Semantics on that one. I'll get a second opinion. These are such good entries. But again, yeah, and 100 Thieves are there fighting on the A ramp, flashing for the retake, trying to push off of it. G2 are ready the whole time. So that's kind of good. I mean, at least they got the fights they wanted to take. What's going to be the new approach for 100 Thieves is going to be A again. Definitely have a feeling we're going to see a lot more action at A after those couple of rounds that we saw at B this half so far.
They seem to have an inkling as to all these players here early. Oh, wow, Gratisfaction. This man is dangerous.
What? Was that through the sandbag? Kenny found that. Of course, the pixel peek and he'll nail it.
Oh my God. And he's gonna have himself a second chance. I mean, Gratisfaction's on the cusp of death here, but I love that he's not shying away from this. He's not scared. He knows his head is undercover. Either of these ops could blow right through it. Millimeters.
So tense, man.
There it is. He does wait around long enough to drop a body. 4v4. But again, it's just the intensity of these standoffs at A.
And Gratisfaction will move into a new spot. Incognito mode, walking the entire time. Kenny S flashes himself into that position, and will have to move off the angle now, so the CT Opper wins the duel finally.
Yeah, that's a good underhanded flash just to take back some real estate. And Gratisfaction decides not to shy away from this. He's going to play close on the fire, 30 seconds for G2. And they are working off a man disadvantage. They've got the utility to make this execute happen, but the longer they wait, the more Thieves that end up showing up to the show. Here we go. Smoke up and over, but dealing with 2 players inside of short, this could be a catastrophe for the T's. Sure, 1 Molotov flushes JKS into the open, that's something, but they need these short kills, and they will come up empty-handed. A rock-solid hold by Gratisfaction.
Let's talk about Gratisfaction, man. That's beautiful stuff from him. Positionally, like, one thing I love is that even as his teammate dies basically in his arms, right beside him here at the sandbags, you have Kenny lurking around this box. Gratisfaction is relatively out in the open, but doesn't fall completely off of his position. He's not scared of Kenny that whole time. You have to appreciate kind of the gravitas of that positioning and the fact that he's just going to help his teammates because otherwise they're going to lose. Gets the kill on the A ramp, gets the 2 falling backing, also takes out Kenny all alone. He is more than invaluable at this point now for their A holds. And he's been really good at being aggressive too, which you think is supposed to be a lot more volatile of a spot for the CTs to be in. Look at this again. He's just just audaciously peeking at ARAM, not scared of Kenny whatsoever. This time it looks like, whoa, he's very close. Oh my God! The reaction of that to hit him off the side of the sandbags once again in flux.
And he sees another one. He's not going to be able to deal with JKS just yet. He's honed in on it, takes a shot to the head. JKS has this minimal position, so he had nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. He dies to the op of Kenny S. A second pickup from the sniper of G2 already, but Jacob's playing games.
It doesn't look like they're even going to molly him out, but yeah, they're not spotting him right now. Nexa's got a nade out.
Can we just take a moment to feel for Liaz? He's been at this B site 3 rounds in a row and hasn't seen a thing.
He looks like a guy who just likes reading books and hanging out by himself anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's just chilling in the B site, appreciates the solitude.
This is his ideal game of Counter-Strike, perhaps. But here it goes. They've got the double smoke past the bomb site. Still, nobody's actually cleared sandbags until now. Kenny.
Dude, Kenny.
Cerebral. Well played by him, but still, there's a challenge at the A site. Getting that bomb down. They've done it. CT's just on the other side, and Liaz picking up a kill through smoke. That's going to be great. However, do they go one further? Follow-up utility here as the belts of G2 run deep. Now out of nades. Just that single flash, and they're gone. They're going to go ahead and retreat. That's G2 Esports slowly but surely inching their way into that A site 2 rounds in a row.
You want to learn how to work the A ramp, you got to look at Kenny here. Even Gratisfaction that previous round, so much data and just like how to play against your opponents, especially if they're opping.
Yeah.
But then Kenny catching him off guard as he's crossing back from the sandbags to the A site. Through that same corner of the sandbag, just an amazing reaction speed. I'd like to get the calculation on that because it didn't seem like he stopped at all. He was just trying to bait a shot out if possible and just nailed this. Oh my God, yeah.
See, Gratisfaction makes that slight error, right?
Guess he
moves
gave him
forward. As long as you stay as far back as possible, sandbags will cover you at all times. But Kenny S just sniffing him out. Hounds him down.
No, you didn't know he got a clue as the drop-in came. Yeah,
you see the frustration from both the players.
Jacob seemed a little bit unaware of how much he was exposing himself, though. So not sure what happened there, but yeah. From there on, as well, Kenny goes to make it a multi-frag round. All important positional kills. Moving on to the A site.
You know, I said it when this series started. I wanted Gratisfaction versus Kenny S, and right now, that's what we're getting at this A site. So, I'd love to keep it rolling. But unfortunately for 100 Thieves, they're going to have to go ahead and take one on the chin, Mohan. They don't have much to play with here.
But potentially, yeah. I mean, take one on the chin in the sense they lose. So they're still going to buy, but yeah, they're not going to get everything they want.
Yeah, it's looking light.
Yeah, we'll see what JKS wants to grab. And yeah, Gratisfaction with the scout, it's something. What's interesting, though, is with the rounds that we've seen so far, it looks like Gratisfaction could potentially still have like huge impact if they play the A ramp the same way. You know, I'm kind of turned off by the fact that we're seeing so much of this A ramp back and forth from both sides already, and it seems like they both know what each other are doing. There's not much outplaying in a more macro tactical aspect from both teams. It's mostly relying on their oppers to win their duels, to get these individual duels slightly in their favor on the A ramp, but everybody knows that the party's on the A ramp.
We got to fix a coach mic. 6th man of any good team. I already see players unpausing, so it's just a matter of here we go.
Okay, we're back into it already. That's good. Quick fix. Anti-cheat is on. We are locked up. 10 seconds to go before we start the round, and JKS decided it was decal time. He's going to go ahead and pick that up along with a little bit of utility. This round has bled down. I'm not sure how much of a factor the utility has been, as long as you have a couple of important grenades left over for the executes.
Gratisfaction has no armor, but he has $1,000. And he's immediately going to get pressured off of this A ramp. Nice grenade. Damn, half of Jack's health gone. That's going to open up the scout for an early 5v4. As long as he hits the shot, aim punch could be such a brutal factor for Gratisfaction. 9 out of 10 players over here on this A site. Kenny S is going to be given a chance to walk forward with the scope already in. Killing an assist from Nexa. That's a great start, but here comes Azza trying to line up more than just the one. JKS down 2. And once again, it's G2 forcing through the defense at the A site.
Dude, Nexa knows everything about the A sites. In terms of getting these trades, he's been so super sharp. Him and Kenny are a great tag team. They are working this beautifully, and as he pointed out, they took a little bit of a knock there. There's 100 Thieves with the amount of stuff they could buy. They would call it themselves probably something of a full buy, but they also hedged their bets with that save. So maybe with the $1,000 saved on Gratisfaction, so potentially still thinking about the future, but looking at that as an opportunity to completely swing back the momentum. If they were able to pick that up, then then G2 might have been saving. So
yep. Ooh, MNX got to be cautious because it almost costs Jax. Again, Jax is going to start a round with just 50 HP.
One thing I do like is that, with all the A stuff going on, if it is 100 Thieves to make an adjustment to think, what else can I do? Oh, that's a nice boost. Maybe they go to mid, and G2 already have really good mid protocols, and then they could potentially keep that going. So I guess as long as A site works out for them, it could potentially get rougher for 100.
Splattered. Here's Liaz back in with the P250. He's gonna try to just tuck himself away. Hope it goes unnoticed, and he does drop the bomb carrier. JKS with a pistol kill too at a distance.
Wait a second.
Where has this come from? Oh, baby, there's a chance. Ooh, but Aminex had enough. He's going to take down 2 of the 3. Here comes Jacob out of the smoke and almost able to push it to the 1v1. An excellent round coming out of 100 Thieves considering their minimal investment. The boost was nice. The P250's on point. Mwah.
Wow. Yeah, and Aminex saves the day for sure. So great boost, a couple of cool interesting tactics to pull it back. Nice long-range shots here from a few players. Mostly from high ground. Buy-in here, his Gratisfaction spends everything, so he did the math perfectly. He's got enough for the op, a couple of nades, his armor as well. And everybody else has pretty good nades as well. No incendiary, though. Gratisfaction going to fall off as a couple of flashes come his way. Could have been a good move from the T as they posture up now to attack the A site in a very similar fashion.
Actually, Gratisfaction doesn't have his armor.
CT is looking a lot more timid. Oh, he doesn't? Okay.
No, aim punch could be, again, an issue. Last time he died so fast it didn't really matter, but at least this time it's not just a scout. I feel like op, unarmored,
it's
still a hell of a beast.
It's only the nades you have to worry about, so if you don't play those positions, then it's no big deal. If you miss and get sprayed down by an AK, you're dead no matter what.
Seems we're going back to the B site. Liaz, ready to play.
Yeah. Well, this is a better spot because, it's versus a force buy. They have them so scared of A that they've got 4 players there.
Yeah.
One of the op is going to be retaking.
He can't let his guard down at all. I mean, again, he's been left to his own devices on this site for so long now, but it is very much a commitment coming in from the T's. They have to contemplate bursting through that smoke. They clear him close, and then down goes the second as a empty-handed. It is a clean sweep of the B site. They're actually able to clear out those corners, unlike last time when that came back to bite them.
I think 100 Thieves felt a little bit of pressure there to try to end the round fast. Yeah, moving in, not allowing the plant to go down, wanting to help out Liaz while they had the opportunity. But the rotates were late. They didn't have any incendiaries, which is key to those retakes. And no way to push the guy off the back of default. So potentially some great calling here from G2. Just working off of their information. Next to playing the brain game.
Big old brain game. And also, still playing very well. His entries have been huge. He's on the top of the scoreboard for a 2nd map in a row.
Right.
So.
And they're converting a lot of the 5v4s. Not all of them.
Doing work, man.
Wow. I love his ascending nices.
Yeah. It's almost, it's musical. Meanwhile, Kenny S still making the off sing. And Jax, that's confirmation bias. You get that wallbang kill one time, and he's going to do it for the next 40 rounds of his life.
Yeah, why not? If they can't stand in that wall, you just let them know every single time. If you're foolish enough to play here, get the kill, once, twice? If that's a round, then it's worth it. Especially in this early portion of the round, first 10, 20 seconds. G2 working it slow, and you got to think the breadth of their strategy is going to go up to this. Same turn of the corner here by the sandbags. Up onto the site. Now they're playing games at mid. Azar, what's he waiting for? Will a flash come over for him, or is he just going to try to take this as soon as somebody makes noise? Yeah, he comes out for the big and Amina cannot protect Jax. He did not want to fight. He was gonna fall back.
Ooh, oh, sorry, bro. I was blinded.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, that's when
he
you
threw like 6 flashes at me. I couldn't do anything.
Make a quick excuse and move along, but ooh, Jacob popped on the. Ooh, Hunter just going one after another.
That's kind of been how it's been, right? Like before you know it, first entry turns into 2.
Yeah.
One player does most of the work.
And those bomb sites slip quickly from their fingertips. Here's Hunter, chance at another frag, and he will do exactly that. So making quick work of the pistol rounds and tying things up at 6.
Yeah, G2 on fire, 6-6, and their T side just looks really nice now.
This is near mirrored image of the second half of Dust 2, where we had 100 Thieves starting off so strong that it looked like they might sweep it, only to lose that momentum and then some. But luckily they are back in with another bye, and they've got that op on Gratisfaction.
Much more incendiaries can make the difference. What is the adjustment that 100 Thieves need to make? We've got some presence in mid. Again, Azar has been great at turns on CT side in terms of moving around, being of assistance to both his A and B players. Bomb here. Is that dropped inside of lower potentially as they work things? Not sure, but they'll jump over a new lane of attack into B. Let's see if they can make use of mid here. Boost onto the site. Liaz, does he have another thing coming? It looks like he's might be inching into the crosshairs of Kenny S. He is so damn close. There's an opportunity here.
Oh my god.
Earned by gaining mid. And there it is. But he doesn't hit it, and he gets spotted. He has to give that up.
Liaz will not peek that again.
It's Lucky Stars.
An early warning. Obviously, that's going to call that the open mid play could come back to bite them. JKS looking to just lock this down from CT spawn, but he's also giving away a little bit of movement here for G2, trying to maybe corral them into a false sense of hope. Look, now they're going to start rounding that corner, and he could re-peek right into this. He's got to be worried about that new door. But, oh, damn. He could now come back into what is the setup. G2 going to try to pull the trigger on this quick B crunch. Liaz from both directions going to feel pressured, and he swings wide. Stops it from the spawn, but Nexa's on site with the bomb down already. A frag grenade, negligible damage. He gets his gun back up, peeks in, and he's got the smokes to play around with. Ooh, there's the first one. Good headshot. Gratisfaction falls. That's a sound cue, but his attention's so
Drop
turned.
the peek. There it is.
He's ready for him, but cannot stop the op of the Aussies. 100 Thieves put out the flames of G2, and they are back on the board.
Finally,
only 2 survivors, but damn, that round was dirty.
That's true. They move off of a win. So lots of money here for G2. This is where things get really interesting. You wonder what G2's mind is on right now. They want to